Welcome my dear students. In the previous video, that is in video number 497, I measured and computed economic growth rate for GDP and some other economic variables using three different methods, that is the percent growth rate formula, the log difference formula, and the econometric model using log-lean model, where the dependent variable was in natural log and the independent variable was linear, and the independent variable was t, that is trend, and log of GDP was regressed on t, and I showed that there is some similarity and dissimilarity between the growth rate computed using different methods. In this present video, I'm going to show the real GDP growth rates for a number of countries. So let me start with a number of countries, and here you can see there is a complete list of some selected countries from including Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, Sri Lanka, Thailand, all the way up to Turkey. And this data is for 2015 through 2023, and these are the real GDP per capita growth rates. And finally, in the last column, I'm showing the average of these years. So for Afghanistan, this average growth rate is minus 1.35. For Bangladesh, this is 6.55. For Pakistan, almost for all years except 2020 and 2023, the growth rate is negative in these 2 years. For the rest of the years, the growth rate was positive, and the average growth rate for the years between 2015 and 2023 is 3.61. For India, this average rate is 5.79, and these are the growth rates for other countries. For China, this is 5.83, and for Turkey, this is 4.90. Here in this slide, you can see growth rates in various regions of the world. I am using IMF database for 2024, and if I go through these growth rates, the highest growth rate is expected for the Caribbean, that is 9.8%, and the lowest is for Western Europe, that is 0.7%. For the Europe, this is 1%. For South Asia, this is 5.4%. And for North America 2.1, South America 2.6, Southeast Asia 4.2, for North Africa 4.2, for Middle East this is 1.6, and for the G7 countries this is 1.5. And I'll show what do we mean by G7 countries. For Sub-Saharan Africa, this is 2.7, for Eastern Europe 1.6, for East Asia 4.2, for Central America the growth rate is 3.8. Australia and New Zealand, this is 1.7. Asia and Oceania, this is 4.4. For ASEAN, that is Association of Southeast Asian Nations, that is the growth rate is 4.2. For Africa, this is 3.2, and for advanced economies, the growth rate for 2024 is expected to be 1.5. For emerging market and developing economies, this is 4. For emerging developing Europe, this is 2.4, and for emerging and developing Asia, the growth rate is expected to be 5.2%. For advanced economies, this is 1.5. So let me also show the world GDP per capita growth annual rate, and there are ups and downs in the growth rate, and this is 2009 and 10, where the world GDP per capita growth was very low, and that was negative, and there was a recession. Then there was a recovery and so on, but then again in 2019 and 2020 there was a sudden drop in the world per capita growth annual percentage rate, and then there was an increase up to more than 6%, and then again there is some drop in the world GDP per capita growth annual in the year 2023-24. This is the GDP deflator annual rate, and again there are ups and downs, starting with somewhere 5 point something percent, and here in this year this is more than 16%, and this is coming down in the year 2020. This is 2%, and then again in the 2024 this is somewhat a little less than 8%. There are some countries with the highest growth rate in 2024. So for this country, Guyana, the 5-year average growth rate is 38.53. For Macau, special area, this is 8.45, 4%, and for Palau this is negative. For Niger this is 5.7. For Senegal 4.85%. For Rwanda 5.91%, and for India this is 5.1. There are some other countries. For Tajikistan this is 7.299%. But before I skip this video, let me also show what do we mean by G7 countries. So G7 countries basically is a group of 7 industrialized developed countries, and these countries include United States, Japan, Germany, UK, France, Italy, and Canada. Then we have emerging and developing Asia, and those include China, India, Indonesia, Thailand, Bangladesh, Vietnam, Philippines, and Malaysia. Following this, we have another group, that is other advanced economies excluding G7, and these include South Korea, Spain, Taiwan, Australia, Netherlands, Switzerland, Belgium, Singapore, Sweden, Ireland, Norway, and Austria. Then we have Latin America and the Caribbean, and these include Brazil, Mexico, Argentina, and Colombia. And you can see they have GDP nominal and GDP per purchasing power parity. And we also have Middle East and Central Asia, and these include Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Iran, Pakistan, UAE, Algeria, Kazakhstan. And for the Middle East and Central Asia there are 32 countries, and the growth rate for this region is 7.5%. Then we have Sub-Saharan Africa, and there are 45 countries in this group, and the growth rate for this group was 3.2. And for the world this is and I think I forgot this one, emerging and developing Europe. These include Russia, Turkey, Poland, Romania, etc. Then we may also look at this. This is the world, and this is agricultural GDP, this is industrial, and this is a contribution of services toward GDP. This is for Asia, this is North America, this is Europe, South America, Africa, and Oceania. And then we have some other countries, and here you have value, the peak year, and this is their ranking. So you can go through these countries. Here we have 20 largest economies in the world by nominal GDP. So for 1980, USA was the largest economy, Japan ranked second, Soviet Union and Germany ranked third and fourth, and so on. In the year 2015, again United States was on top, and for year 2025 it is expected that USA will be the biggest economy, followed by China, Japan, Germany, India, and so on. Let me also see the estimated largest economy in the year 2029 again is United States, followed by China, India, Japan, Germany, UK, and so on. Let me also see some other countries. So these are the 20 largest economies in various years. These are largest economies in the world by GDP Purchasing power parity, again USA is on top throughout, and finally in this list is Turkey for 1980. Let me see, it will be Vietnam in 2029, the last one. So this is how we here you can see GDP, gross world product, purchasing power parity, exchange rate, and $59.38 trillion is estimated. For the gross world product, these are various years, so on. So for year 2017, the world growth rate was 2.6%, and 2.8 was predicted for 12.18, and developed economies were expected to grow by 1 to 4%, developing countries by 5 to 60% typically, and least developed countries by 11.4% and 8.3%. These are the world GDP per capita for 1500 to 2000 on large scale, and this is world GDP per capita between 1500 and 23. So this is the GDP increase for various time period, 1990 to 1999 and 1990 to 26 in major countries. And finally we have some other statistics. This is global primary energy consumption measured in terawatt hours per year. There are some other statistics. These are the a pie chart showing global military expenditure by country for 2019 in US dollar billions according to SIPRI data, and this is the how global material footprint and global carbon dioxide emissions from fossil fuel combustion and industrial process change compared with global GDP. So these are all very useful statistics that my students may use for their research. And this is the estimation of the world population in GDP from 2020 research papers. So this is a 10 lakh BCE. The population was 0.125 million, and per capita GDP using 1990 purchasing power parity was 400, and GDP in million was 0.0 in billion, that was 0.05, and so on. And coming to 219, these are the statistics. This is a GNP in million, and this is a population, and in the second column we have population in million. In third column we have GDP per capita using 1990 purchasing power parity, and then final column shows GDP in billion using 1990 dollars in purchasing power parity. So my dear students, you may go through this, and you can get a good idea regarding economic statistics. So I hope this video was quite helpful for you. Thank you very much for watching this. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, kindly subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to click on the bell icon. And you will get regular notifications about other videos that I'll upload for you.